welcome to episode 1 of Weekly Geek. This is our new weekly video blog, which we'll aim to get out every Friday. For those of you who choose to follow us, we'll be as consistent as we can be. And the plan is for future weeks is to answer questions that you provide us during the week on our social media platforms, by email, and any other form of communication you choose to use. So this week, in the absence of questions, I'm going to challenge the biggest sales cliche of all time. So for me, that is a sales cliche that Alec Baldwin made very famous in the film Glengarry Glen Ross. And for me, I want to challenge that that's not as relevant as it used to be. So that cliche is always be closing. A, B, C. Alec Baldwin very famously draws it out on a chalkboard in an office with 4 or 5 sales guys in it as a big statement that they need to be closing more of their leads. Anyone that hasn't seen the film, watch the film, at least watch that probably 10-minute clip of it. It is old school. It's fun, it's good to watch, but it is old school. And for me, the reason why you shouldn't always be closing is because if you try and close too early, you're actually going to spoil the opportunity. If the opportunity is not there to close because you haven't qualified it properly, you haven't provided enough information, you haven't guided the buyer along their purchasing journey to the right point in time to actually ask for the business, then you're just going to spoil it by trying to close it too early. And for me, the sooner you can treat the customer's buying process as their process rather than your selling process, and that you're aiding them in their purchase, of providing them information and answering their questions and being helpful, then for me, the quicker you're going to be successful at it, and the more people will answer yes when you ask for that business ultimately. I'll also add that in 2017, there's a lot of buyers who are of the millennial generation. There's a lot of information going around on the internet about the millennial generation, but I would say not just millennials, but people in the connected world are less keen on being sold to these days, or certainly feeling like they're being sold to. And I think if you can be a little bit more consultative in your approach, which again in itself is probably a bit of a cliche, but I would say for me, if you can replace ABC with always being helpful and always being engaging, always being questioning, always being listening, always being providing information. If you can do all of those things and you qualify the opportunity properly and you're really adding value to your customer, then when the time comes to ask in the right way for that business, I would say the probability of you getting that is much, much higher. So I guess in conclusion, don't always be closing, always be helping, always be engaging, always be answering of questions, and always provide the information that your buyers want from you and they need from you in order to make the right decision. So you're there to influence and help and be persuasive to a point, but I would say if you put yourself in the right room with the right people who have the right buying criteria, and you treat them in the right way, like human beings, as I've written in my blog, be human about it, build relationships, and ask for the business when the timing's right. So that's it for me. So that is episode 1 of Weekly Geek. It's short and sweet. The future episodes may be a little bit longer depending on the questions that we have from you guys. So please do, in our comments box on Facebook, you can tweet us, you can add comments on YouTube, you can email us, you can even drop me a text. My mobile number is on the website. Fire over some questions, and on a weekly basis I will answer those questions on this new Weekly Geek video blog. I can't wait to see more of you guys, and hopefully you enjoy this. We'll see you next week.